all about, where it was, where it's been, where it's going. This is our Virgin Galactic special. Welcome to the show. It's an exciting day, but what you're seeing right now is a short squeeze. I'm going to give you all the numbers, all the details, and as it gains speed, it could go. Anything is possible. It could go as high as $10 in the matter of seconds. Are you ready? Are you about to make some money? Are you excited? You flipping well should be. Welcome to the live stream I've planned for 4 years. This was the stock that built my channel. This was the stock that started it all off. In fact, this was the stock that taught me the biggest lesson. I lost more money on this company than any other. I fell out with Eric Kearney because Eric Kearney was all about how to pump the stock with a short squeeze. GameStop. He was there at GameStop as the marketing manager when Roaring Kitty did his thing. I wasn't interested in that. I wasn't interested in pumping it to make it happen. I'm excited to see it happen, but I'm not going to push it to make it happen. I'm here today not to benefit myself. I'm not sponsored by anyone. No one pays me anything to do this. I don't get any benefit of Virgin Galactic short squeezes other than the fact I will be extremely happy for all of you making money, which you are inevitably going to do. It's happening live right in front of your face. And I wish we had 100,000 people watching this because this is a rare event. Short squeezes don't happen as often as you think. They are not regular occurrences. They are quite rare. When GameStop short squeezed, it was extremely rare. It was one of the most powerful, most famous short squeezes of our time. It even spurred off its own film. It was called the Dumb Money movie. Very rare. You get stocks pump, but a short squeeze is something that often gets confused and people misunderstand it. So anyway, we're going to break it all down. We're going to give you the full analysis. We're going to ask you to take part in this, and you could go straight now to $10. There's nothing to stop it. Shorts are getting squeezed and liquidated as we speak, but it's just gaining speed. This is nothing yet. 30% yesterday, 30% today. We could go up hundreds of percent in a matter of seconds once it fully squeezes and FOMO kicks in. You're excited now? Just wait and see. Welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our special analysis. Lots of information for you. So I'd like to start by welcoming you all and thanking you all for the journey that we've been on, coming up to 4 years next month that we've been here. I have been interested in space all my life. My name is Martyn Lucas. My godfather was Kenny Baker, the man inside the robot, R2-D2, Star Wars. That's where my name comes from. So there you go. That's that. I want to share that with you. That's why R2-D2 is on the thumbnail of the video today. I've been extremely passionate about Virgin Galactic since day one. I've done everything I can to support the company. However, they didn't want my help. Eric Kearney was not interested in working with me. In fact, he went the other way and invited Facebook pages with like a handful of followers down to the desert in New Mexico to witness the flights. He would never provide me with any information that I could record. I had 3 interviews with him, and it always had to be off the record. I was asked then to reveal the information, and I did a interview with Bloomberg, but because Bloomberg TV, that is, but I pulled it at the last minute because Virgin Galactic were refusing to respond, and it pushed it out, and I wasn't going to play the games with the nonsense. I'm not interested in playing silly buggers. I just want my investors to win.
Matthias donated 100 Norwegian kroner through a super chat. First time I got in was at the beginning of this year when you decided to start pumping it again. Since then regularly DCA in. Satisfied beyond words. Thank you, Martyn.
You are very welcome. It's my pleasure. Many of you are going to make life-changing sums of money. But as I said before, my job is to provide the best, most honest, real information at a sacrifice to myself. Who knows more about Virgin Galactic than I do? I've studied it for 4 years. I don't own a single share of it. I'm 100% in the S&P, but I love space. I love what they're doing. Not a fan of the management, but I love the people that work there and what they've achieved and what they've built. And I love the experience that people are going to get from Virgin Galactic. I love all of that. Everything else, not so much. But I want my members and my viewers to make money today and benefit from all of this. So that's why I've covered it. It doesn't benefit me in the slightest. In fact, today, having that $100, 100 krona, Norwegian krona, which is like a $10 tip, is the only way I get money out of this. So I appreciate so much your support to the channel. That's very, very kind of you. So let's break it all down, the full analysis, and explain everything that's going on and what you can do. So first of all, you need to all tap the like button. This is a huge event, and we want everyone on the planet to know that you are witnessing a live short squeeze. If you don't, people will miss it, and it won't short squeeze to $10. Everyone needs to see what's happening. People will jump in, so everyone tap the like button. Everybody tap the like. Now consider subscribing to the channel if you like honest, real live news like this, up to 12 hours a day and 24/7 on the Extra channel. Thank you very much. If you'd like to follow me as well and see all my conversations and news around Virgin Galactic and everything else, there is my X and Instagram in the chat for you. Okay. If you'd like to talk to me directly, and the only way you can get the free training we provide, we have training videos. We have Ed Nevius, a professional scalp trader. You can talk directly with me, Ed Nevius, and Sensei. The only way you can do that. You can't email me. You can't phone me up. You can't text me. You can message me if you are a Discord premium member. There's Discord. Click on that. Do not think of going for the free service. There is none. Let me show you the page. That has now ended. When you get here, you can see we have 105 subscribers. We don't want a huge server because I have to answer, and I do answer all their questions, support them and provide information directly. It's my direct private line to all of my members who wished for this service. You can click join, but you won't see anything. It'll just take you to nowhere. You have to have that there for Discord, but there's nothing there to see. You can become a member for $2.99. We've got the cheapest, most effective Discord server there is. We make it as cheap as possible so everyone can afford it. Click on that, do it on the website. It's $1 cheaper than doing it on the app, and you can get access and talk directly with me. It's the only way you can talk directly with me. The link's in the chat and also below in every single video. Right, let's start our analysis now, and let's start from the beginning. Just before I bring you that, we do want everyone to know what's going on today. It is a momentous occasion. It's why I've put a suit and tie on. Here is our poll on our community page on YouTube. This will trend on Google today. You'll see it all over Google because no one is covering this, and it is a historic event. Click on that and vote. The question I'm asking you is this: will Virgin Galactic will space go to $10 on this squeeze? Will space go to $10? Yes, no, or undecided. So I'm going to refresh the screen. Let's see how you are voting in the first 10 seconds of me telling you. No votes at the moment. Let's refresh it. 3, 2, 1. We've now got 12 votes, and yes, 67%. Nobody undecided. 33% say no. So if you'd like this to trend on Google and everyone get to hear about it, please do vote. I've just given you the link. It's on our YouTube community page. I will give it to you once again. Here we go. All right. Okay. So there is your first poll. We also have it on my X account as well. I've just put it on my X. I want you to trend this as well. It's had 9 votes already. Let me give you X right now. Here is my X account in the chat, also below. Again, will it go to $10? Are we going to $10? We've had 9 votes in the first few seconds. Yes, 88%. And undecided is 11. Let's see how that changes throughout the broadcast. When you go there, I strongly recommend, if you care about Virgin Galactic and you want to see it go to $10 today, which it can, I would strongly recommend that you repost this. Repost it onto your social platform and the video. Repost this with a comment so this video trends today. Short squeezes are very, very rare. Now then, I will come back to this in a few moments. Halfway through my broadcast, if I don't see this get to at least 10, I will believe that you don't take this seriously enough, and I won't bother with Virgin Galactic anymore. The management company don't care so much. You saw last night on the earnings call, they just hung up at the end of the call. They didn't give a final analysis and a conclusion or acknowledge the retail investors. They don't care. The management aren't my favorite people. I got to be honest, but the product is great. The business is great. The management are awful. Okay, so they were very, very rude last night after their presentation. So if you don't care about it, they don't care about it, I will move on. I'm here to help and provide the information, but I want to see that these posts go to at least 10. There's 248 people watching, so I'm not asking too much. And the same with this one. Repost it, share it if you care about seeing your stock. Remember, I don't own it, going straight to $10. It short squeezed yesterday 30%. It's done 30% already today. So it's already in the midst of a full short squeeze now. I said it would happen 100%, and it is indeed happening live on the show. So now let me give you some full analysis on it. So last night we heard from Virgin Galactic on the earnings call, and the earnings call was great. They used to present a rubbish earnings call like Virgin Orbit. Their presentation was out of a back shed. We said Virgin Orbit would go bust, and it did. Virgin Galactic was the same. However, we got involved, and we know we represent 95% of the world's retail investors. We know that because I put a campaign together, and people sent into me the allocation of Virgin Galactic, and I could see that the outstanding shares was represented by 95% of it was represented by our audience. So we know we had at that time 95% of the retail investors of the world for Virgin Galactic. We have more information on Virgin Galactic than they do, but they still choose to ignore my information. That's up to them. So we put a petition together to get them to drop their amount of people that they employed because they were spending too much money. Michael Cole-Glazier comes from Disney, where they have unlimited amounts of money, and he keeps throwing lavish parties and forgets that's not how the real world worked. The shareholders were deeply upset with the waste of money. They were spending too much money, and they did. They took our petition and they trimmed down their employees. We got action. We got change. However, did we get any credit for it? Well, we did. On the earnings call, they mentioned the retail investors once, but they never invited me to the event, and they never provided me with any flight data. I had to always find it myself. They were more interested with paying Supercar Blondie, who cares nothing about Virgin Galactic, insane amounts of money to cover it once, and she just did it for the money. I would have done it for free. In fact, I offered to be the marketing manager of the company for free, as I provide better coverage than they do. But every time they declined it. So that's where we are with that. Anyway, so they reported their earnings last night, and what they said was important. They said last night that we're going to sell tickets in the first quarter. That's great. Delta is online. Delta is on time. Everything is as it should be. It wasn't an amazing earnings. It was just business as usual, and that's what we wanted, to know everything was going as planned, everything is great, and so on and so forth, and it is. And for that, we are grateful and we are happy, and so on and so forth. So that's all good. So once we get to Delta and we start flying regularly, the company is going to make so much money, it's going to be ridiculous. But it's not, and it never has been, about a simple flight into space. What it's actually about is a flight experience around the whole thing. So when you go as an astronaut, you spend time at the Space Center, you learn about space, you get training and so on, and the family get involved, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And eventually there'll be flights all over the world. They're already planning them in England, and they'll be all over the place, and the company will explode. The biggest amount of money was proving that it works, building the infrastructure, and if you think there's any competition, there isn't. There isn't. Blue Origin is like $20 million for a flight. It's pointless. It serves no purpose, and it plops you down in the desert. Virgin Galactic lands on a runway and takes you to the hangar where you can then have a glass of champagne and get treated with, white gloves, which they often talk about. So it's a much better experience. SpaceX is not that experience either. That would be too expensive. This is designed to simply go in to space, look at the world, and come back down again. It's, if you like, a very, very, very dramatic, over-the-top version of a balloon ride, which everybody does. Remember, I've always said, be McDonald's. No disrespect to Virgin Galactic, but be McDonald's, where everyone can fly. Now, you might say, well, it's $450,000, so who's flying regularly with that? There's lots of people who want to fly. The tickets are sold out, and they'll always sell the tickets. That isn't a problem at all. And eventually, the tickets will come down, and they'll fly more regularly. I certainly want to fly. I certainly would love to fly with Virgin Galactic. I just hope Eric Kearney's not there on the day that I go down there, because I don't like the guy at all. He doesn't understand what he has. He has something. The company is much bigger than it actually realizes it actually is. So I don't believe there's any competition whatsoever with anybody else. I think this is going to go to $100. We've said it since the very beginning. We've said it's 100% happening. We've also said that it's going to short squeeze. That's 100%. All of these things are 100%. They never were. I've never had any doubt about it. I built this entire channel on it. So now let me look at the numbers and the analysis of the stock. So please, hopefully by now you've all tapped the like button. Has everyone tapped the like button? Okay. Have you all subscribed? Wonderful stuff. I sincerely hope so. Shall we have a quick look at our subscribers and see where we are today? Let's have a little look, see if it's rolling around. 81,112. Wonderful stuff. When we started Virgin Galactic, we had no subscribers at all. And now we're very close to 100,000 subscribers. I wonder if Virgin Galactic will take me more seriously now. We shall hope. Anyway, I'm now going to show you the analysis and the factor grades of Virgin Galactic. Let me go and see the update of our poll and see how it's progressing. Here is our poll. Will it go to $10? It was 12 votes, 67%. Let's have a look. It's now 39 votes and 72%. Wonderful. Look at that. Extremely confident it's going to $10. Let me look at X. Have you reposted? Have you shared? Let me have a look. Let's scroll down. 22 votes, 8 reposts. Disappointed. I want at least 10. There are over 200 people watching now. This should be at least 10. I could say 100, really. You're all Virgin Galactic investors, and yet only 8 of you have bothered. I know some people get frustrated with me sometimes that I get so passionate about it, but I care. And I couldn't care less whether you like that or not. I don't care if you think that's arrogant or not. I don't care. I'm only interested in getting it done. I'm not here to waste my time or your time. I'm not here to make friends. I hope I do. But I'm here to get it done. All I care about is the result. And my result is to get this to short squeeze so all of my members who built the channel make life-changing sums of money and they're happy. And that makes me happy. That's it. So there is my X again. I'll give it to you again. There it is. 14 reposts now. Now we're starting to go up. And this one here as well, folks. This is the video. I need you to do the video as well. Just underneath it is the video where we're live right now. Otherwise, nobody will come in and know what we're talking about. So please do that as well. Repost. Reposting is the most powerful thing that you do, because then this gets shown to your audience, and then your audience shows it to their audience and their audience, and so on. And all of a sudden, we go viral. And all of a sudden, we short squeeze because more people come in. It's happening live right in front of you. You are witnessing a short squeeze. Let me show you the numbers right now. This is insane, folks. Are you ready? This could be a GameStop moment. It could be a full-on movie like Done Money, except this is smart money. Let me go over to the analysis. So first of all, we were at a valuation of B+. It's always been great valuation because at the end of the day, the valuation was way below the cash on the books. Forget the tickets that were sold, forget the rockets, forget the future of the business, just the cash was incredible. So we were at B+. We were always good. We're now A. Right? Growth, C+. Well, don't expect too much growth. The business isn't doing anything yet. It spent time building out its infrastructure, and it's about to deliver on its promise. Everything is done. Everything is delivered. Now you can buy the business. C+ up to B+. Fantastic. Profitability, D-. Now, this is about to change. Last night, we learned on the earnings that they are now spending less and less every quarter. Everything is great. They're moving to profitability. This is going to go straight to A+ from D-, because its spending is going to stop and its profit is going to go through the roof. Momentum. There's been no momentum because there's been nothing happening. Now, when I say nothing happening, we've been covering this for 4 years and every flight was successful. Everybody loved it. The responses was great. Everything was great. However, it was the test period, testing the technology, building it out, getting it to work, and so on and so forth. But now we go into momentum where we actually see the price go up and the profits go up. So that's about to go from F to A+. You don't buy it at A+, you buy it at F. Revisions, B+. Great. That's about to go to A+. Okay, there's the numbers. Now look at the short position right now. Honestly, it's sometimes really hard for me. I came on air today and I said to Leah, why am I not buying this? It's incredibly difficult because I was in this at the bottom telling you this was going to happen day in, day out. I could be a multi-millionaire now because I have $400,000 invested in the S&P. Imagine if I had $400,000 invested at the bottom, like I said with Virgin Galactic. I would now be worth $3-4 million bucks. And it hasn't even started. I would be a multi-millionaire live on the show. Unbelievable. A major shareholder. Wouldn't that be great? But I made the decision to do what's right for the show, right for you, reject all of Eric Kearney's nonsense about being a YouTuber that pumps the stock. I am simply reporting on the facts, delivering it to you, telling you what's going to happen, what would happen, and what is happening. Every single thing I've said has happened. Every prediction I've made has happened, and it's going to get a lot better. All right. Look at the short interest. Look at the short interest. 26%. It's gone up since yesterday. Anything over 20 is excessive, and a short squeeze with volume is imminent. Yesterday we were 24. Now we're 26. People are shorting this in a mad last-ditch attempt to get this to go down. They're getting squeezed. And what's happening now, everybody who bet against this company is getting squeezed. What does it mean? It means everybody who bought the stock sends it up. Everybody who shorted it, who bet against it, they are now forced to buy or lose their money. Well, of course they're going to buy. So they buy. So now bulls and bears are all buying at the same time. And what you are witnessing is a full-on GameStop style, full-on short squeeze. exactly as predicted. This is happening. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Josh Monroe donated $5 through a super chat. Thanks for all your hard work, Martyn.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. In case anyone is not familiar, I have produced thousands, and I mean thousands, of Virgin Galactic videos telling you this was going to happen. Thousands. I've done 7,500 videos now, 7,500. And I've done a 1,000 or so of Virgin Galactic. It's what built the channel. So I appreciate your support. It's wonderful to see, but as I say, I knew this was coming, and it's hard to know that I'd be a multi-millionaire live right now on the show if I had done what was right for me. But I felt what was right for you was more important, and that's, I believe, why I've grown the channel. So I feel it was the right thing to do. Now then, volume. With volume, it will explode. What is the volume? Right. Okay, so let me show you here. The average volume on this company is 1.7 million. The volume today is 14 million, nearly 15 million. What does that mean? That means everybody is buying. We are in a full short squeeze. This is a GameStop moment. This is historic. This is rare. It doesn't happen every day. This is a very, very, very rare occurrence. But now we have 26% of short interest, and it could explode in seconds to $10. We're up 41% today. We're up 30% yesterday. This is a huge, huge, huge event. Many of you now are getting very, very rich today. And let me just tell you, maybe because of my broadcasts, because I rank #1 in the world for SPCE stock, #1 in the world for Virgin Galactic stock, above Virgin Galactic themselves. And it's quite ironic because they won't speak to me. They wanted me to use their narrative and follow them all the time, and I didn't want to do it. I wanted to bring you the facts and the truth, and I'm telling you. Now then, is there a warning here? Because so far, I'm telling you everything's great. There is. And I'm going to give you a warning right now. I could keep telling you it's going to go up and up and up and up and up. And it probably will. With a short squeeze, it has to go to $10. However, and this is where I get payback to Eric Kearney and the team. Because Eric Kearney and the team, they were only focused on a short squeeze. They last night hung up on the call. They didn't give you final closure. They didn't refer to the retail investors at all. And I have always had the belief, because of the way they behave towards me on my interviews, 3 interviews with Eric, and all the conversations I've had, I have got every reason to believe at some point. And Richard Branson did it himself. He also did it when he came in and did chapter 11 of Virgin Orbit. He screwed it over the retail investors. He got his money out where everybody else lost it. So I just want to be honest and be real and tell you what's going to happen and what could happen. As exciting as this is, and as likely as it is to go to $10, and as likely as it is to go to 100, there will be those that will be looking to take profits. There were those that bought it at the top, and I am one of them, except I'm not in, I'm out. I bought it at $70 old money.
Zach Zeit donated $20 through a super chat. Absolutely, 100 emoji, you are SPCE.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. It's one of our biggest investors for Virgin Galactic. Thank you. That means a lot. Coming from you, Zach, and you know I'm covering this because of you and people like you that are so passionate about it, and that's why I'm, suited and booted and putting this event on for you and people like you. So that's very kind of you, and I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, there are those that have lost a lot of money who will be looking to take profits. So I would love to tell you that everybody on the board and everybody, all the directors and managers and all the rest of it would love this to keep going and going and going. However, unfortunately, this is payback time, Eric, because, all the conversations I've had with you, I don't like you and I don't trust you. And I know that people will start to take profit. And did you notice the moment I said that, it did trim down 4%. So I only want my members to win. I only want my viewers to win. I don't care about the board and their manipulation. They could have chosen to be friends with me and I offered to work for them for free. But they didn't want to know. They only wanted to control what I had to say and focus on a stupid narrative. And I'm looking at a much bigger thing. So be careful. Be careful. Institutions are buying this up now. I'll probably have the evidence of who has been buying in the next couple of days. But just be aware. Just be aware. There's nothing wrong now with taking profit. If you are up now, if you bought the bottom, you're up probably 100%. There's nothing wrong with you taking some profit because those that don't care certainly will. So just bear that in mind. Can it still go to $100? Yes, it can. Will it go to $100? Probably will. Do you want to be in for the long term? Then be in for the long term. Just remember that people will take profit. Remember what happened with GameStop. Most people lost money. Roaring Kitty took nearly all of it. So just remember that. And this is what I don't want to do, you see. This is what Eric Kearney wanted me to do. Everyone's going to get rich, blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing that. I want to give you the facts. And the fact is, when GameStop short squeezed, right, most people lost their money. A handful of people, like the Trump coin, 28 wallets, I believe, were profitable. 28. I reported on that last week on Sky News. 28. Think of it. 28. Everybody else who bought Trump coin lost money. So I don't want any of my members to lose money. And every single one of my members now should be making money. You should be. If you've been following me, you should be making a ton of money. So consider that. Those at the board don't care about you. Eric Kearney doesn't care. Michael Cole-Glazier doesn't care. At the end of the presentation last night, it just ended. There was no recap, conclusion, thank you for being an investor, nothing. They're out, they're done, they're not interested. So just bear that in mind. We love the product, the people that build it, and what they've been able to create, but the management are not good. Bear that in mind. They're not here for you, they're here for them. Could have been very different, but they chose to not be my friend. Well, that's up to them. So anyway, there's a short interest. There's the factor grades. Now let me give you the full analysis. Have you all tapped the like button? Have you all considered subscribing to the channel? Thank you very much indeed. Let me update the poll. Let's see where we are, and I'll give you full analysis. Here we go. So we've got 39 votes saying 72% yes, it will go to $10. 72%, 39 votes, 65. Now it's starting to drop. It's starting to drop now. 51 votes. This has started to drop since I've been telling you what I've been telling you. Now, don't underestimate the power of this channel. Virgin Galactic think I'm not important. We're not important. You're not important. But we do reflect 95% of the retail investors in the world on this stock. I've proven it. I've proven it. So you can ignore us all you like, but the fact of the matter is we do control this stock. So I'm just saying, bear that in mind, okay? Now, some of you have said, no, it's not going to $10. So just consider taking a profit. This is the short squeeze. I promised it would happen. It's been delivered. Now the rest is up to you. Just make sure that you don't lose. Let me go to my X and see how that's changed, and then I'll give you the full analysis. So on X, we've now got 9 reposts. I'm very disappointed we don't have hundreds. Very disappointed. Why you'd not want to put this story out, I don't know. It's your money. 9 reposts. I've got 4,000 followers. I've got 81,000 subscribers, 400 watching, and only 9 reposts. What's going on? People are lazy. I get so frustrated about that. I really do. 15 up here. It's rubbish. Thank you for those that did it, but I'm just going to tell you how it is. It's rubbish. Okay, let me give you the analysis. Obviously, most people don't care enough. You'll just want to scalp it. That's a shame. And that's a great shame. And that's why it's come down. It's come down 4% now. I want people to own this and sail past the management. And sadly, not many of you are reposting it. That's a shame. But there we go. That's how it is. Let me give you the full ratings. Now, you can see here, Quant, this is the AI software. Unemotional. They say sell. What I'm saying.
Jerry and Elba donated $30 through a super chat. God bless the Lucasade family. Here is 10 for life is but a dream tonight in the misty moonlight, and a 10 for bringing us the best investors channel.
Thank you very much indeed, Jerry and Elba. That's very kind. Join me tonight. We'll have a special event. I'll do that later. So Quant is saying sell. Unemotional, take profit. Let me now give you the full analysis on this company, and you decide what's right for you. All I care about is what's right for my members. That's it. Not Eric Kearney, nobody else, my members. Let me tell you now. Virgin Galactic is an aerospace and travel space company. Now, travel is everything. It's not just a space trip it's not just a trip into space. It's more than that. It's an experience that's not just a few minutes that you're up there. It's a whole array of experiences around the flight. It's a space tourism travel company, focusing on the development, manufacture, and operation of spaceships and related technologies. The company is pioneering human-first spaceflight for private individuals, researchers, and government agencies. Now, that's important too, because government agencies will do research, and a lot of money, more money, in fact, is made from research than it is for the private individual. However, when it starts ramping up, there'll be hotels, experiences. You can imagine the experiences that Michael Colglazier has in mind coming from Disney. There'll be all experiences. Now, I know firsthand because I've worked for Sir Richard Branson on Virgin Experiences. So I know where this is going. I know what their plans are long term. So just bear that in mind. It's way more than a simple trip into space for 5 seconds. Oh, hello, what's this?
Anibal Lugo donated $2 through a super chat. Too risky. Hope it works. Only $200 invested. Careful PPA.
Thank you very much indeed. The moment I started saying what I was saying, it slowed down. It's no surprise. No surprise. Eric Kearney will deny it. They'll deny it. You don't have any, you're not important. But we will invite people with Facebook pages with 10 people down to the spaceport, but not you with nearly 100,000 now. To be fair, we were a lot smaller at the time, but they say you don't affect the stock. Well, we do, because the moment I said what I said, it went down. You say what you like, and I said it before it went down, and then it went down. Say what you like. The biggest retail investors in the world are watching this. They do know what's going on, so you ignored us at your own peril. Anyway, Virgin Galactic's operations encompass the design, development, manufacturing, ground and flight testing and operation of space flight systems. The company offers unique space flight experiences for private astronauts, research flights and professional astronaut training. Virgin Galactic's space flight system includes the carrier aircraft known as the mothership and the spaceship, both of which are largely reusable. Now, here is a problem, and this is unfortunately, the bad delivery of marketing from Virgin Galactic. I had a meeting yesterday with many of my multi-millionaire friends that think Virgin Galactic lose $2 million a flight. And I've explained that the test flights that you've been looking at are not what's coming with Delta. But that's all they know. Virgin Galactic have not been able to get that information out. If they did, we wouldn't have had to have a reverse split in the first place. That was weak management. but we did. And people, too many big investors that I met a couple of days ago at dinner said to me that they believe that it loses $2 million a pop. It doesn't. That is very, very different. Delta is completely different than where we've been. And that's why too many people think that this is a pile of poop and it's a load of rubbish. It's not been conveyed to the investors well at all. The mothership carries the spaceship to a high altitude before release, allowing the spaceship to propel itself into space. The company operates from the gateway of a space facility at Spaceport America in New Mexico, which provides a dedicated commercial spaceflight why can't I see that? Spaceflight launch site, Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic has developed a portfolio of proprietary technologies that facilitate commercial spaceflight and support various research and educational applications. The company operations are supported by strategic partnerships with organizations such as Bell Textron, Carbon Aerospace, and regulated by the Federal Aviation FAA. Virgin Galactic is currently advancing its next-generation Delta-class spaceships, expected to increase flight frequency and operational efficiency, with commercial services anticipated to begin in 2026. That is on track. That is happening. Competitors and unique value. Virgin Galactic operates in the burgeoning commercial spaceflight industry, with its primary competitor being Blue Origin. It isn't. It's not. Absolutely is not the case. Blue Origin is millions to fly. It's a completely different experience. It plops you in the desert. This is not what people want. It doesn't provide you the experience around the event either. You just go, you go up, you're down, plop. It's rubbish. It's great, but it's rubbish compared to for an investor. There's no investment opportunity with Blue Origin. Blue Origin was Jeff Bezos' personal trip into space because he's so rich. Why not? And I know, because I know a couple of billionaires and lots of millionaires, and they spend their money on experiences, not stuff. And experiences is what it is, no doubt, but it's not an investment opportunity. It's a load of rubbish from an investment point of view. Virgin Galactic, on the other hand, is the way to go. So there is no Blue Origin as a competitor, none at all. Virgin Galactic's unique value proposition lies in its differentiated technology and capabilities. Its spaceflight system features reusable. Unlike what those people that tell me when I get to meet them, it's thrown in the bin every 5 minutes. It's not. It's reusable vehicles for horizontal takeoff and landing, providing a familiar aeroplane-like experience. Now, that's important for human beings because we like what we know. We understand this and we develop a lot slower than the technology would like us to go. So you need to serve people, not as robots, all right? We as people like the idea of flying in an aeroplane to a hotel, being given experiences and shown what it's all about, riding out onto the runway, getting in a comfortable seat and going up into space. We like that, and landing on a runway. We like all of that. Aeroplane-like experience is key to this success. The use of a carrier aircraft in the first stage of flight enhances safety and efficiency. That's important. That makes it efficient, makes it a good business. Because at the end of the day, I'm not Blue Origin. I'm not Jeff Bezos spending billions and then millions each flight just to give a few of my mates a bit of a trip into space. Rubbish. Great experience, rubbish business. We want a business which we can invest in. That is Virgin Galactic. The use of other carrier aircraft for the space efficiency, I said that. The company is also focused on delivering a superior customer experience with its Virgin-branded human-first spaceflight offering, which includes a comprehensive, this is important, astronaut training program and a unique wing feathering system for a safe re-entry. That is all important. Now then, SPCE is rated as a cell from Quant, the unemotion, just the numbers. They say sell. From where we were, it makes sense to sell. If you've just bought, you make 100% profit without having to worry, especially as we've got the S&P 500 about to hit all-time highs. Then everything else is going to go up, and it makes perfect sense to take some profit. Valuation. Space's valuation is a mixed bag. While the price-book ratio of 0.52 is significantly lower than the sector median of 2.97. What does that mean? We're looking at the industry as a whole. Well, the industry as a whole has to include SpaceX, even though it's not a publicly traded company, the whole space industry, the aerospace as well, Boeing and other things like that. So we look at the profits and so on. Virgin Galactic is in the early stages. It's now there though. It's now done. It's spent money. It's produced the concept now. It's no longer a concept. It's ready to fly. They've sold the tickets. They're selling more tickets in the first quarter. We're good to go. We are good to go. So up to this point, yes, its booked value isn't good because it's been spending money, but it's about to make buckets of money come 2026, which is just around the corner, indicating a cheaper stock. The price to sales ratio of 96.2 is considerably higher compared to the sector median of 1.48, suggesting the stock is overpriced. Overpriced when you look at the other the competition, but you're not taking into account the future. And these analyses never do, because if you look at you look at Tesla, for example, we cannot quantify what the value of Optimus will be. We don't know what full self-drive will be. It's not happened yet. So we can't count it. However, because of that, the stock is overbought because people buy the future of the price of where they believe it's going to go. We've seen that on Palantir, like 700, 800 times earnings, because they're looking to the future of the stock. Now you can't buy a great stock when everybody starts piling in undervalue anymore. However, that's the difference between being an investor and a momentum trader. People that buy Palantir and now Virgin Galactic, if you like, are following in. They're following the leader. They're jumping on momentum. Real investors have been buying on the way down and bought the bottom, where we all could have bought this if you were watching my show. That's investors. So, at the end of the day, the stock appears overpriced, but it isn't if you look at the value of the business and where it's going. It's incredibly cheap, in fact. Growth. SPCE displays impressive growth with a forward revenue growth of 127%, significantly outpacing the sector's 5%. Here we go. Growth, absolutely. If you look forward, it's phenomenal. However, the working capital growth is declining at negative 38%, which is a concern. That's about to change because we're about to spend a lot less money on investing in the business, and we're about to start bringing in money the other way. So that's about to change. Profitability is weak. Well, it would be. We're spending money before we get it. With a return of assets of negative 36%, starkly underperforming the sector's 5%, but it's going to outperform the sector tenfold in 2026. Momentum. The stock momentum is poor, and a one-year price performance of negative 86, drastically underperforming the sector. Now, I'm not going to read anymore. I don't need to read anymore. The point I'm making is, if you are an investor, this is exactly what Warren Buffett does. He looks for a great business that is going to be worth more in the future than it is today. That's what Virgin Galactic is. No doubt about it. That's where we are today. Now, we also learned last night, because a lot of people are concerned about tariffs, they've bought everything ahead of schedule, so they don't have that tariff concern. So that's not even a bother for them. So everything is in place for this stock to do well. They've delivered on Delta. They are spending less. They are selling tickets, and they've all sold out so far. and they don't have a tariff issue. Everything is good. We've got a bullish economy now. We've got the stock market about to go to all-time highs, and we've got a president who's pro-space. This is all trending back in the the mainstream. Plus we have EV tolls taking off, with Archer Aviation providing EV tolls at the Olympics of 2028 in Los Angeles. So this is going to be an amazing, amazing opportunity right now. However, the moment I spoke about it today, and before it happened, so you cannot say I'm just watching the chart and making up the story. The moment I said, and Eric Kearney, you need to pay attention, but he won't. You need to pay attention. The moment I said that there are those on the board that will take profits, there are those who just want to take care of themselves, not the investors, not the owners, not the retail investors. The moment I said that, it was at 40% up today. It's been going down ever since. And I said it before it went down. You all watched it, rewind the video. I said, this is going to happen because 95% of the world's retail investors are represented on this show. So we did have a short squeeze. I did deliver what I promised. I said it could go to $10. It can, but those on the board, those at the company are taking care of themselves, not you. You heard it last night on the earnings. So might be a good idea to take some profit. You don't have to sell all of it, but to trim and get back your seed money to buy it lower. Now, it may not go lower. Everything about this business is great. The business is great. The product is great. The retail investors love it. The management is rubbish. They only care for themselves. There's the truth. It's not popular. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to tell you the truth. And there you are. Now it's down 7%. There you are. See that? Now I did an interview for Bloomberg and they wanted to put out my interview, but they waited and waited for a reaction from Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic refused to comment. They waited and waited and they couldn't put the item out until Virgin Galactic responded. They waited because they didn't want it coming out when it was going to come out, because the information I had would have made them look bad. And I wasn't prepared to play a silly game with Virgin Galactic and Bloomberg and mess and bugger around. So I said, forget it, pull it. I have the right to pull my interview. They said, oh, you'll get loads of subscribers. It'll be good for your chat. I don't give a monkey's bum. I can get subscribers. That's easy. I've got to provide the best service to my members. Allowing Virgin Galactic to dance around and do it at their time when it would have embarrassed them is not the way it's done. If they're not going to respond to this, pull it. I'm not doing it. So I pulled it, and you never got to hear that interview. And that interview was damning of Virgin Galactic. So anyway, there we go. That is the history with Virgin Galactic. That's where it's been. That's my experiences. That's where I see it going. That's the analysis. The rest is up to you to make your decision on what you want to do. So I hope you all tapped the like button and shared this out. Thank you very much. I see everybody did. We've got 389 people watching. I will prove that on the screen. You only have 50% of people sign into Google. That's just the statistic we've always had, always known. So let me show you the number. So I hope Virgin Galactic are watching this. 380 people are watching. So how many likes are you going to get? Well, the most you're going to get is a couple of hundred, because there are people in India and other countries who don't sign into Google. So how many likes have I got? Let me share with you. It's not 2. Don't start laughing. Refresh the screen. Every single person has liked it. 196. We have 2 down likes. Oh, there you go. 200. We have 2 down likes. That is all. I wish I could share with you, but I can't, because the screen that shows me that is on my production screen and it doesn't allow me to share it on the screen. But it is 2 down likes. So everybody is supporting this, which is great. Now, I will tell you that Virgin Galactic dropped out. Now, this is important from an investment standpoint. Very, very important from an investment standpoint. For a stock to do well, for it to grow, for it to short squeeze, for all the good stuff to happen, it has to trend on social media. It has to trend on Google and YouTube. Virgin themselves are rubbish at it. Richard Branson's Virgin brand, great. Virgin Galactic, rubbish. I rank above them every time. They must really hate that. Type it in, incognito, SPCE stock, Virgin Galactic, I rank above them every single time, right? And we used to get, a few years ago, a few thousand views. And it used to do well. We had more than them on the flights. We was always winning. Now, in the last year, it fell off. No one's paying attention. Now, I will show you the numbers last night from Virgin Galactic's earnings last night. This is very, very good because it fell away. More people are watching Virgin Galactic again. Here it is. I'll show you. Look, this is the actual numbers. Now, this is really important. This tells you it's trending again. It's a very small company, very small stock, doesn't do that well, doesn't get big numbers like NVIDIA or XRP crypto, right? So we dropped down to under 1,000. No one was paying attention. Here is the Virgin Galactic earnings from last night. Here it is. So what do you think it's on today? 1,000 would be back to, okay. Because not many people search for this anymore. It's not that popular anymore. No one's paying attention to this short squeeze. There it is. There's the video. Scroll along, scroll along, scroll along, scroll along. 4,092. That is phenomenal. That is back up to its heyday on its first flight. Our earnings were around about 4,000. When we covered the flight, we got somewhere in the region of like 10, 20, maybe 100,000 actually, I can't remember. But we got more than anybody else, all right? It was great. But 4,000 on an earnings of Virgin Galactic is back up trending again. It's more than they would get if they publish their numbers, which they won't tell me, but I know it's more than them. So there you go. It's going back up again. Now, that's a good thing. Momentum is there. People are searching for it again. This video is doing well. It'll do a lot better later on today. So there we go. I'm now going to leave you and I'm going to provide you the opportunity to talk to me, keep it going in the extra channel as I get ready for the next event. I'm now going to take a break, have my lunch under strict doctor's orders. I'm doing too many hours in the studio. Many of those hours were committed to Virgin Galactic. So, I do get a bit frustrated by the lack of support that I've had from them. But anyway, next in the chat, here we go. Here is the extra channel. We're going to go back over to the extra channel now. Here it is. Next, live now. I want to hear your reaction to all of this. I will answer all your comments, questions. There it is. We're going to switch over to the extra channel. I will replay this stream. So people that can watch it from the beginning have missed things. I'd also like you to comment live so I can see what you thought about certain things I said, and I will react in the stream to you as well, and then I can give you the link for the next event. That's it from me. So everyone tap the like. Thank you. Consider subscribing. I will now leave you with all the links because this will be its own video later. Stay right where you are. It'll take you directly to the extra channel. Join me there. Talk to me live, and I will then give you the link for the next event when I'm coming back. I'm expecting a all-time high of the S&P 500, and when we do, expect this to take off once again. Click above my head for all the links. I will give you a full playlist of Virgin Galactic. Everything I've ever said. There's over 1,000 videos, I believe, with Virgin Galactic. I've done every single flight, every single interview. I've covered it all, every single earnings, you name it, I've been there. All right.
Brian Bynum donated $20 through a super chat. Martin Lucas, right again.
Right again. Yeah, I told you where it would start to sell. I said it, yes, again. Yeah. And the reason why I knew, right, I'm in touch. Virgin Galactic don't want to accept it. They'll deny it. They'll ignore me. They even got one of their pilots to block me from X. That's how paranoid they are from me giving you the information. I told you, I talk to the biggest investors in the world, and I know when they're buying. I know when they're selling. I know what they want to do. The biggest, You saw Andy Shovel, one of the biggest, live on the show many, many times. And I told you, consider taking some profit. And exactly the moment I said it would go down, it did. Will it go up again? Probably. I don't bloody know, but I know how people feel about it. I know how the management feel about it. I know they only care about themselves. So just consider that. The stock doesn't care you own it. Virgin Galactic don't care you own it. Eric Courtney and Michael Cole-Glazier, they're not your friends. They could have been, but they chose not to be. I am here to help and support you. I'm not in the stock. I'm only in the S&P. Here's the proof. Look, 100% in the S&P 500. I don't own a single share of Virgin Galactic. I wish I did. Not a single share. Look, not a single share. Because I bring you the honest information. I've committed my life to providing you these live streams. I committed my life to presenting Virgin Galactic and they turned me down. I am here to help you all. I'm here to support you. Answer any question. You can come on live. Ask me anything. I'm here to help you. I just want to do the right thing and be proud of what I do. I want to be proud that I do the right thing. That's it. So I'm now going to hand you over to the extra channel. Come and join me on the extra channel live right now. And tonight we have a special event, a party live tonight. Happy birthday, Zach. Is it Zach's birthday? Hang on a minute. Are we getting a birthday? Is it Zach's birthday? I don't see that in the chat. Why is Brian saying happy birthday, Zach? Happy birthday, Brian. Whose birthday is it? I don't get it. Is it everyone's birthday? That doesn't make any sense. All right. Okay. I've got to go. I'll be back tonight for the closing bell. I'll also be back for a Virgin Galactic party tonight because we had the short squeeze as promised. Enjoy. Do as you will. And just sold to buy more Tesla. Okay, Richie. Good luck to you, mate. Good luck to all of you. I wish you the very best. It can short squeeze right to $10. It can go straight to $100 or it could go straight back down to $2. It's up to you how you behave now. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Join me now on Extra. Over here, I'll put the playlist of Virgin Galactic and something else down here that you'd enjoy. See you back later on for the closing bell. See you back for the party. I'll give you all the links in Extra. Join me there. Thank you very much indeed. See you back on the next one. Virgin Galactic short squeeze promised. Virgin Galactic short squeeze delivered. I was right again. Take care of yourselves and each other. By the way, it's not hard to be right. It's not I know more than anybody else. Let me be honest with you. The reason why I'm right so many times on my predictions, my charts, not my charts, my analysis is because everyone knows what the truth is really. They just don't want to say it. Bloomberg, CNBC, the contributors, they all make up stuff. Remember yesterday when they were all arguing on CNBC? I told you about it live. I covered it live about the all-time high, and it's because people are getting shorted out and everything else. Everybody makes up nonsense for their own benefit. Everyone knows what the market's going to do. Everyone knows what the earnings are. Everyone knows what CPI is, GDP is. Everyone knows, but they manipulate it. The Michigan report. Remember the Michigan report? It's all Democrats. Basically, whatever Trump says, they'll say the opposite. And what all Republicans say, they will say the opposite to the Democrats. Because everybody knows what the truth is, but nobody wants to share it. I just tell you how it is. So it's not easy. It's not hard to be right. You just got to tell the truth. So there it is. Enjoy. Do what you want. Above my head, down here, over here, and over here. Join me now on Extra. Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other.